Welcome back, everybody, to the Starlight broadcast. Yet another Star Wars podcast. As always, I am Ted.
I am Brad.
I don't know which
Somewhere.
spot.
Because
we got cameras now.
This is happening.
What's going on?
We are exponentially evolving on this show.
I'm not used to this. However awkward I was in the
Car.
10th episode in the car, it's gonna be tenfold, because now it's just like, if I take off my headphones, I can't hear you.
This is crazy.
I got the fucking hair stranglies, dude. Now, I don't know. I got my water, guys.
My goodness. I got my water.
Here's a bit of my room. I bought a Suicide Squad poster when I was, whatever year that movie came out. I was like, this movie was...
the James Gunn one.
Yeah, dude. I don't hate the movie. I hate looking at this poster so fucking much now, because I've been looking at it for... When did that movie come out? 2022?
I think.
I've been looking at this poster for 3 years now, and I'm just like, I'm so sick of looking at the faces every day. And then I got my One Piece posters. You can see Brad's got more posters than
This is just a fraction of my room.
No, yeah.
Going on right now.
He's got crazy posters.
Yeah, I got this is where I keep all my jerseys. So we got my Yankees, and then we got a bunch of Cowboys stuff, then a Rams jersey, and then we got Raid, one of my favorite movies. Captain America Childish Gambino.
That I fucking love.
It's so cool and so different, and I've never seen it anywhere else.
I like it a lot.
Which I like. Batman Mask of the Phantasm signed by Kevin Conroy.
The GOAT.
So good. Love that guy. My Aquaman right here. I swapped the Aquaman in the Clone Wars so I'm not blocking it. And then, of course, we got a little bit of Bioshock Infinite right here.
Of course.
So,
guys, if I can...
In the background.
If I can wrangle my cat, we could get Wicked on camera, dude.
Yeah, get Wicked on here.
Come here. She hates being
I have Star Wars posters over there, too.
I don't have as much Star Wars... So I have a stack of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 Star Wars books right off screen. I have my whole bookshelf of manga. I've got a Mac Miller poster right off screen here, and I've got my sword collection on that wall in the back. I've got, not to brag, guys, but I've got Aragorn's sword, Andoril, the Flame of the West, reforged from the shards of Narsil.
Oh my gosh.
I've got, I believe it's Dark Sister, Daemon Targaryen's sword from House of the Dragon. I've got one of my lightsabers is hanging up there.
I got mine right behind me.
Yeah, my other one is just the hilt is over there. You can see I've got the orientation of this is really fucking with me, but you can see I've got Kylo Ren right there.
Oh yeah.
I've got...
This is the first one I ever got.
Yeah, it is so fucking... The thin neck lightsaber, man.
Yeah, thin neck.
It's so nice. And then I've got... I don't know if anybody... This is such a... We have a Star Wars podcast. I doubt anybody will know, but I have Sasuke Uchiha's sword from Naruto Shippuden as well. I have a replica of that. 2 of the swords were from my brother. He really knows what to get me.
That's sick.
Brad, you gotta show people the Luke lightsaber real quick.
Oh, okay. Well, next to me on this side, I have my comic book shelf.
Yeah.
And my dresser. Then another shelf with statues and my Now High Republic books and all my Blu-rays. Yeah, okay, we gotta show the Luke saber.
You gotta. I just realized I can show people my Legos now. This is great.
Yeah.
I'm like pissed seeing it, dude.
Here's the Luke saber, episode 6.
It literally looks perfect.
I love it so much. It has that. Yeah, they're the prongs on the inside.
And having the accurate emitter right there.
Yeah, the display emitter.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get it, dude. I'm gonna get it soon. Give me a few months.
Oh, he's getting it now.
I'm getting it now. Right before We hit record. I got a job offer. I will accept. Let's go.
And so begins the journey to get Luke's saber.
Literally the first thing I thought of was I can get that lightsaber. Oh man.
That's not
This
a
is-
bad. You know, you gotta have a goal.
You gotta.
Yeah. And with how much we talk about buying lightsabers,
You gotta get Kit Fistos.
You got to.
And you
That'll probably be my
you've
next
gotta get.
one.
I don't know where. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know. I'm freaking out. I'm looking at myself too much.
I have my other lightsabers down here, my custom ones,
I'm really. Should I go grab my cat real quick?
the random ones. If you want to get Wicked, yeah.
She's
She's not gonna stay.
No, she's not. Hang on, ready. Don't. Hang on.
We also
I-
have the same headset.
We do. Mine's the Mine's the Xbox green. Is there green on this side?
Oh,
Not really.
mine?
Mine's
I
the
think
Xbox green.
mine's the
You've got
blue.
the PS blue.
Yeah.
I do.
Oh, we got Wicked.
Wicked.
Aw, look at her.
She hates being held. So I try and hold her. I would say delicately, but there's really no
Like
such
a-
thing.
Yeah, she does not.
But it's okay. She is so spoiled. It's really funny that when I hold her, she acts like I'm a monster.
Yeah.
But like I give her as much food as I possibly can. I play with her all the time. Okay.
He wants
she's
to. Yeah.
She's fine, guys. She just doesn't like being held.
Not all of them do.
Not all of them do. I actually Googled it today. I was like, why does my cat not like being held? And it was just like, some cats hate it. I was like, damn it.
It's just how it be.
Just like people sometimes. Andor April! Let's get on track.
Episode 3. Wait, before we get on track,
Yeah, you had something to...
let's just get on the train first.
Yeah. Let's board the train before it gets off the station.
One thing not related to Star Wars, but is awesome. Another thing related to Star Wars.
Okay.
The Academy announced
Yes, dude.
to debut at the 100th annual Oscars, 2027, I think.
Yes. I think it's for films released in 2027, so it'll be the
Yeah. So
2028 Oscars.
28. 3 more years. Finally, thank God, they are acknowledging a best stunts category.
About time.
I've been wanting this so bad. Even I follow Gareth Evans, the director of The Raid right here. He posted about it. He's like, better really, really late than never. He's like, but at least it's happening. Because it's ridiculous that it's gone this long and it's just now getting
it's
an Oscar category.
really, really stupid that it took. I understand why they want to make it like the 100th year of the Oscars. We get it, but it's like, dude, if you're gonna implement it, why not just implement it
Just start it.
immediately?
Do it now.
Yeah,
Like-
that I don't get it.
Granted, I'm so happy it's finally gonna happen.
Yeah, because it's so deserved. The amount of you think about, not to go off on a tangent, I'm sorry, but the amount of old original movie stars that were like Buster Keaton, Charlie Chaplin, especially Buster Keaton, man. Like, think about the shit that he was doing in his movies.
Yeah, I mean Chaplin too, yeah.
I know, but like when I think of stunts in old movies, I literally think of Buster Keaton with the wall of the house falling down, and he
He stands
stands
from the clock too.
Yeah, him hanging from the clock. Him
Yeah.
he was on top of a real moving train in front of a real moving train that it was moving slow, but it's a train. A train's gonna kill you if it hits you and gets you stuck between a piece of wood and the train. You're gonna die.
Yeah. And he was doing this long ago.
Yeah. So
Stunts, I think Jackie Chan. Like the stuff that he's done,
like,
dude.
Police
the injuries
Story.
he's sustained. Police Story. The pole. Dude.
yeah, dude, it's actually fucking
Insane.
wild.
Police Story. Have you seen Police Story 3 with Michelle Yeoh?
I haven't.
Dude, Police Story 3 Super Cop is
Really?
awesome. It's so good. There's a scene. This is such a side tangent already.
Welcome back, guys. A little bit of technical difficulties, but we figured it out.
We worked it out.
Yeah, everything's fine now.
Jackie Chan.
Stunts, yes. Police Story 3, Super Cop.
Police Story 3 Super Cop. Credit during the credits, like his
Yeah.
movies are always filled with bloopers of like stunts that like go wrong and stuff.
Really?
There's one Michelle Yeoh falls onto a car, falls off the side of it. And then like you see it like once it goes wrong, dude, people just flood in from the sides and they're just like there's all people just hiding off camera just waiting for stuff to happen and like whatever. There's one where you see it in the movie where she's riding a motorcycle, jumps the motorcycle onto a moving train, and you see like the back tire kind of like misses but skids and gets on top of it. Dude, it's some legit stuff. Stunt work is some of the best work.
Stunts are crazy.
They're the best. And you don't even realize stuff's happening. You don't even realize like, oh yeah, they probably put a stunt double in for that because, you know, whoever's gonna get injured.
Yeah. Aside from Iron Man, then it was just CG.
Yeah.
Lazy. Put somebody in a real tin suit, guys. Come on.
Yeah, dude. Mark 1, more like Mark. Just have it be Mark. So, our other thing.
Yeah. What's the other thing?
Our other thing, I was on Instagram earlier and Star Wars posted that it's the London premiere for Andor and the whole cast was there and everything.
Yes.
Everybody dressed up, dripped out, and our boy Stellan Skarsgård just wearing like a jumpsuit.
Yeah. Hang on, there was something I actually wanted to mention from...
Everybody looks great, though.
So I actually have a quote from Diego Luna about from this.
Okay.
So the question was like how Andor is kind of connecting to current politics right now, the current political climate. And he says, that's what happens with great writing. This is going to be pertinent today in years ahead and probably would have been great to see this a few years ago too. So valid. Because like...
Truthin'.
Shit's going down, guys. Like we're whatever, you know?
Name's not Luthen, but he's speaking the truth and, you know.
I'm so glad that people get to see the man behind these bars, dude. This is crazy.
The live reactions too to you just going
like, crazy. Oh my god. There's one more thing I had to say as well.
Yeah, let's go.
I was on Twitter today, just like randomly, and this popped up, and it is by @Muad'Dib on Twitter.
Shout out, dude.
Yeah. And it's a quote tweet, so it's a response tweet to at Star Wars Daily saying, if you could change one thing about the Rise of Skywalker, what would it be? And this person responds and says, wait, no, I thought of another, maybe more crucial one. It's bizarre to me that they bring Ben back from the dark side, stranded on the same moon as the heroes, who are at the moment repairing the Falcon to go save Rey and win the war at Exegol, which is also where Ben is going. I never even fucking realized that. He's literally in the same location as the guys who are going to find Rey. He is also trying to go get to Rey. He is now a good guy. We could have seen him on the Falcon.
I don't know how that would have gone.
I don't think it would have gone amazingly, like character-wise, but like
seeing him, like, well, we're just gonna believe now that you're cool.
I don't know, but like,
but he flew a TIE fighter, and he parked the TIE fighter next to X-wing.
You're right. Ship next to ship.
No, yeah, honestly, I never thought about this. Seeing Ben actually on the Falcon would have been crazy.
Isn't it it's a deleted scene in The Force Awakens of him being on the Falcon, right?
I think somewhere like not in the comics or like a deleted scene, but like actually seen it.
What a movie.
Gonna
have a field day to talk about it. I cannot
that's gonna
wait, dude. I cannot wait.
Gonna be an episode.
Yeah. Okay.
One more thing.
Yes. Always.
At work today, it was so dead. So like for 2 hours, me and my coworker were just on Box Office Mojo and just looking up movies and guessing the budget, the domestic opening weekend gross, and the total gross.
Okay.
And that's all we did, and it was so fun. And shout out, I know hopefully gonna listen to this, Dave.
Hi, Dave.
Hi, Dave. Um, one of the last movies we looked up were the sequels.
Yeah.
Force Awakens, Two Billy Club, $2 billion, insane, one of the highest grossing movies ever, right?
Gotta respect it.
But interesting, Last Jedi, the most conflicting Star Wars movie, I'd say, the most divisive.
Yeah. 100%. Well, Solo. No, I'm just kidding. I'm sorry.
Still made over $1 billion, 1.3 billion.
Hate
And
watching.
then Rise of Skywalker, probably the one that people more, I think, now likely agree is probably the worst in the franchise. Also over still $1 billion. Which is
Yeah,
interesting.
I'm so curious how much Mando Grogu movie is gonna make at the box office.
I can't even tell you.
I could see it making like a solid 850, 875 mil, but I could also see this movie doing like $1.5 billion because it's the first Star Wars movie since.
I don't know.
Because you think about how many people who have like a baseline knowledge of Mando, and it's like, Baby Yoda, Baby Yoda, oh my God, Baby Yoda.
He's had a name for like 3 years now.
He got his name in season 2, right? That
Yeah.
came out 2021.
Ahsoka told us his name.
Yeah, I hated it when I first heard it. I hated it so much.
I just liked that he had a name.
Yeah, calling him
Baby Yoda,
the
when he
baby
was
or
so
the
clearly not
child.
Yoda. Yeah.
Yeah, Baby Yoda. It was like, it makes sense because we don't know the name of the species, but it's like,
Yeah.
I was really expecting his name to start with a Y because Yoda and Yaddle.
Nobody said
Both
Baby
being the
Yaddle,
same.
which is like, why
Little
not?
fucked up.
You know?
Little fucked
Yeah,
up. You
it's
know?
kind
Whatever.
of not cool. Grogu though, I mean, it's not a bad name.
It's not bad. I'm used to it now, but like watching that episode live, like for the first time and hearing
It's like
Grogu, I'm like,
Grogu. You're like, oh,
Ooh.
ew.
that's up there with finding out Din is his last name. Like Din Djarin, Din Grogu.
His first name's Jaren.
Yeah, apparently. But like
They switch.
nobody else, no other Mandalorian has that naming scheme. Every other Mandalorian is like Bo-Katan Kryze, Satine Kryze, Sabine Wren,
Yeah.
Paz
Any of the
Vizsla,
Vizslas.
Pre Vizsla, like
It's just all Vizslas. Weird.
So like everybody was just like Din. It's Din Djarin. But no, his first name, and like it doesn't even sound like a it doesn't.
Din
Din does not sound like a
more
last name,
like
and Djarin
first
does not sound
last
like a
name.
first name.
That just sounds like first last name.
What were we here to talk about? I don't even.
No. You know what we're here to talk about.
Of course I know what we're here to talk about. My favorite arc.
Helen Ted.
Narkina 5 prison. We love prison. We love having a hand. No, I don't want to. I was about to spoil. I covered up my spoiler from our other Andor April episode. I think the first one. I set a spoiler for it, and then I covered it up when I was editing. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, we're gonna be talking about episodes 7, 8, and 9. Episode 7 is called Announcement. Episode 8 is called Narkina 5. Episode 9 is called Nobody's Listening. Episode 7 was directed by Benjamin Karen. And is this the writing? Yeah, written by Stephen Schiff. Episode 8 is directed by Toby Haynes, who directed the Ferrix arc, the goat. And that's written by Bo Willimon, and then same as episode 9, Nobody's Listening. Toby Bo. Man.
Do we want to go episode by episode?
Should we try and stay more organized, like episode by episode? You think?
So for these, I actually rewatched them, and I
Yeah.
have notes on each episode. So I think it'll
Okay.
be
Yeah,
much
yeah.
more
Yeah. Let's
streamlined if we go
let's.
episode in
Yes.
order.
Okay. So brief. I'm gonna try and do 2 sentence max summary
Okay.
per episode. Brief summary. Episode 7 announcement. Cassian.
Are you
Huh?
coming up with this on the spot?
This is all on the spot.
Okay.
I don't know why I'm putting this on me. I didn't
Okay.
have to do
No,
this.
I'll do it
but-
too.
Okay. Okay. Hang on. Okay. Cassian returns to Ferrix to retrieve Mother. She says no. He says hi and bye to Bix, settles his debts with friends. Comma. This is still the first sentence. Maybe 5 sentences. No.
Semicolon.
Comma. Semicolon, sure. Gets unjustly arrested on. I think I have.
Oh, Niamos.
Yeah, Niamos.
Yeah.
Unjustly arrested. Accidentally almost on Niamos. 6 years in jail.
Used to be what?
That's-
6 days.
6 months, I think. Now it's 6
actually.
years.
6 years, new legislation.
Dude, she's like, take it up with the Emperor.
Yeah. So casual.
Ridiculous. I'm trying to think what else happens. Mon Mothma. Is this the
Ooh.
episode where we meet Tay?
Yes.
Tay's
Tay
kind of
Coma,
my
bro.
goat, dude.
Dude,
Tay's
Tay
kind of the
Coma?
goat.
Watching this dude back, I'm like, dude,
Tay's the
kinda
goat?
fire.
I need Mon to cheat on her husband with Tay. So bad.
He's from Corellia, right?
Yeah. No. Chandrilla.
Chandrilla, right.
Yeah.
Which is sick.
I'm gonna get my notes out.
Also
for this episode now.
All the Dedra stuff.
Yeah. Her stuff
The Empire
definitely like blends between the episodes for me.
Mm.
Let me see.
All right, you want to just jump into the episode?
Yeah, let's just jump into it.
You
These
kind of
stupid-
just umbrella termed the episode.
Yeah.
Blanket explanation.
I tried. I really tried.
So what notes did you have? Because I kind of wrote down like some quotes that I like just whatever.
I'll show like a distance. I've literally just got like bullet points like while I'm watching the episode. Yeah. Just like while I'm watching the episode.
Yeah.
And it sucks because like I do these a lot. Like something's happening, I'm like, and then I'm like back in. So like some of these, it's just I can't blame Cyril for anything after his mom. I think it was that early scene in episode 7 where she's just an ass. She's so grating to him and just like gaslighting, manipulative.
Her personality kind of, especially in like,
Goes back and forth.
and there's
In episode 9, like
I was good. Yeah, we'll get to
You
that.
know,
We'll get to that.
yes,
She flip flops.
so much.
Yeah.
I have one note that's just all caps. You, Lauren. Okay.
Admiral.
If we want to get into it,
Yeah.
the head ISB guy with the mustache is Admiral Yularen from the Clone Wars. I know you didn't know that. It genuinely breaks my heart because he was
Dude.
literal like besties with
Really?
Anakin. Yeah,
He's probably
If you-
still besties with Anakin, just doesn't know it's
he
Anakin.
just doesn't know it. He doesn't know it's him. I don't know what that was. Yeah, I think it's so funny that like the voice is very different.
Yeah.
So they were just like, get the stash going, man.
Yeah.
That'll connect those dots. But
Yeah.
I think I would have forgotten, but I keep the subtitles on when I watch, especially for like note taking. If I'm
Yeah,
like,
I don't usually watch the subtitles, but for this, I definitely.
I'm a big subtitle guy. I will throw subtitles on any chance I get.
Fair.
Um,
Did you?
but
I wrote down Palpatine mention.
yes,
One of the officers
Yeah.
name drops Palpatine. Not just I spoke to. He said, "No, I spoke with Palpatine this morning."
that was Yularen.
That was.
Which shows like I mean, to be fair,
He's
he's been
still in the
part of
ranks.
it.
Yeah.
He's been in it for, I mean, you gotta think he was already a highly, like, respected officer during the Clone Wars.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like,
This dude's decorated.
he just kept it going. Also, though, here's the thing. The army, the Grand Army of the Republic, was that a standing army before the clones? Or do you think all of these because Yularen is one of the only non-clone officers we see, I feel like.
In Clone Wars, you mean?
Yeah.
I feel like there are other non-clone admirals. I just can't think of any more
That's what I'm saying.
right
Like,
now.
to be fair, he's with that voice, he's the most
Isn't
memorable.
the announcer
Yeah.
of the Clone Wars voices him? So it's like, yeah, that voice is like probably gives like
War across the Republic. It's so good, bro. I love it. Watching season 7 Clone Wars, dude, like watching season 7 first episode of the Clone Wars, and it's just you're back into it.
the music hits. You got the recap. You're like, oh,
Yes, dude.
um,
It's so good.
I have two quotes from the actually a couple. I have two main quotes, and there's something that relates later with quotes in it.
Okay, I also have some quotes.
Okay.
So I'm curious what you have.
Do
Yeah,
you want
I'm
to go
ready.
through quotes? Okay.
Yeah, let's.
First one, it's pretty early in the episode. Quote, only question we need to answer is how tight to close our fist.
Fire. That's such
Tough.
like
Crazy.
this show makes the Empire seem formidable and competent enough for it to make sense that they have had such a tight grip on the galaxy as long as they had.
Yeah.
Because, like, you know, the original trilogy is just like, you know, it's not really focused on the Empire. It's focused on like Vader
Not too much.
and the Death Star, but like the stormtroopers are seen as whatever. But like,
The most, I would say the most, sorry to cut you off.
no, you're fine.
The most stuff you get in the original trilogy is pretty much Admiral Piet and Vader.
Yeah,
Because he's like his dog, right? Like right below him. He's like,
yeah.
I can talk to you about it. And like, that's like the most you kind of get with it. But this show is so much more about that side of it. And yeah.
No, it's crazy. I have was that you, Lauren, who said that, right?
I think, yeah, I think it might have been like right before he mentions Palpatine.
Yeah, I actually, if you mentioned Palpatine, I want to say I had I think I wrote this down that I think he would be the only cameo that I would be 110% on board with. Because like,
So you see him again.
yeah, like
So you like know it's him.
even, you know what would be best is if it was an actual cameo where it's like a briefing meeting
In the Senate.
and it's like, yeah, or
what
something
I
like
just
something
thought.
because like
If he's like in the middle of the Senate giving a speech and he turns and it's Ian McDermott and he just like him
Right.
and Mon just like look at each other for a second, he just like turns away. Something tiny like that. Where like
you know
he's there but he's so far, you know?
you know what'd be awesome is if it was like and I'm totally, you know, this is never gonna happen. The show's already over. He's definitely not in it.
Yeah.
If it was some scene with Mon's personal life and it was like something happened and we got like the ringing in her ears and then it did like a match cut to her in the Senate with the ringing in her ears, and then as it fades out you hear the familiar voice of Palpatine, and then the camera turns and you just see Palpatine making a speech to the Senate or something like that.
That's kind of nasty.
Lucasfilm, hire me! Hire us!
Please.
Please!
That's really good. But yeah, like what you're saying, like the show just demonstrates so like especially like that quote, how tight to close our fist, like it's so like the goal in their mind is like not to how do we resolve this? It's how do we scare them more straight? How do we make even more sure that they're not gonna try and pull anything?
Yeah.
Which is it's so twisted.
The best part is that it's falling into their, like, they're playing right into Luthen's fucking hand, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, I want to stay with what we're talking about, but I'm looking at my notes and I realize how fucking scatterbrained they
There's a
are.
lot on mine too.
So I mean, like that whole scene with Dedra, and I I wrote this note for the ninth episode, but it counts for this whole arc. Is I hate how impressed I am with the competency of the ISB. Like,
Like how
I
good they
hate
are
how
doing their
impressed I am.
job.
Like, yeah,
Yeah,
right. Because it's like
that sucks.
I'm watching, and especially in episode 7 when Dedra is like, no, this is so unplanned. It has to be planned. Like it's too chaotic to not be chaotic.
Mm-hmm.
It's too like it's like in Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse when Miles gets a 0 on a multiple choice question test, and the odds that he gets an exact 0
Knows that.
is
Yeah.
because he knows the answer. So it's like the same thing.
Yeah.
The only way you could do something this like disconnected is if it's connected and you're trying to make it like, and I love that Dedra, like I hate her. I hate her so much. But
I don't think that's
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. She's an amazing, like the actress does a phenomenal fucking job, but like I hate Dedra so much. But like you have to respect her. Like you have to respect her. She is so fucking good at her job. She is so committed. She's so smart. She's able to see these like the plans within the plans. It's like,
the way
fuck,
too
dude.
that she gets even like inferior officers below her to do her bidding and like get shit done for her, and then they just like report back to her like, yep, this is it, whatever. She's like, all right, perfect, cool. And then like she just has so many like sources and shit now too, but like especially when Partagas, right?
Yes, Partagaz.
He just keeps like he keeps checking in. She's just like whatever. He's like, good, keep it going.
There's something with their relationship. Like there is something there.
Yeah.
And I wonder if like he handpicked her to join.
I don't know.
I don't remember which episode it is.
Oh. I know,
but it's when
I think I know which one you're talking about.
Wait, is this still? Oh my god, I took so many more notes for episode 7.
Episode 7 I have the least
there
notes.
When Blevin tries to talk, like confront Dedra in front of the entire council, ISB council, and
About
Dedra's
the
like
barracks part of it.
Yeah. And I love, first of all, Dedra, I have a quote from Dedra. Systems either change or die. I believe that was from Dedra, right?
Yeah. And then, because the party guys, he's like, oh.
Yeah, he's like,
oh, shit.
Okay, all right. Because he's realizing, like, she is kind of radicalizing the system within the ISB, but not in, like, a chaotic way, in trying to make it more organized and, like, trying to destroy chaos. But right after that, when they walk out, and he's like, walk with me. And then he just goes, good job, watch your back. And then just walks away.
That's what I was going to bring up. Where he just, like, tells her, like, nice. Be careful.
Yeah.
Watch your back.
Like, you're doing good. You got fucking enemies now.
Yeah, because you're doing so well.
Oh my god.
It's
like,
crazy.
and also, I hate Dedra. I hate Blevin even more. All right? He's not only... Yeah, not only is he ISB, not only is he Empire, he's a bitch. Actor's amazing. Actor does a great job.
That's the worst
He's a bitch.
You can do.
Yeah.
I think I have another...
For this podcast?
Yeah.
First thing you can do.
I think I have another quote, I think also still from Mustache Homeboy.
Yeah.
Or just a different Imperial Guard officer. Quote, this is why we work so hard when we're at peace. Isn't that just kind of contradictory?
There is no peace with the Empire. There is no real peace within the Empire.
Kind of contradictory. Why do you have to work so hard to keep peace?
Yeah.
Shouldn't it be?
It's...
Isn't it a pure thing, as someone would say?
There's some... I really hope... Because there's something I want to bring up, but it's about Nemec's manifesto. And I don't know if I should say it now or wait because it lines up perfectly with that, like
I
that
think that's just what
dialogue.
I kind of
The way
referenced.
the dialogue bridges across the season
Hmm.
and everything
Yeah,
just completely like links together. It
yeah,
makes so much sense. I like,
yeah.
oh my god, dude.
Also, Dedra name drops the episode. She says they're treating it like a robbery. It's an announcement.
Yes.
Told.
I love how they do these episode titles. I fucking love it.
It's so
Oh my god,
natural.
it's so
It's so
good.
natural.
It is.
I think Luthen says, I think it's Luthen. Revolutions are expensive, which I thought was kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Oh,
I love.
when Mon goes to Luthen's shop.
I was just about to say that. I was just about
Yes.
to bring that up. The fear that settles in her face when she like realizes,
That he
oh
was
fuck.
Aldani.
Yeah, she was
Yeah.
like, I thought we were just like building. We like what? We were just like kind of in the back.
Mhm.
You're what did you do? Like what the fuck are you doing? You just compromised everything. And I have a quote. We can't hide forever.
Oh, I have a different quote.
There's a lot of quotes.
Oh, wait, continue.
Well, so it's like, first of all, he's right. Like they can't hide forever.
Uh-huh.
It sort of bothers me how Luthen is a new character because realizing how integral he is, he's got connections with every single sect of the rebellion.
Mm-hmm.
We find out.
Yeah.
Like I'm skipping a little bit ahead. It's whatever. He is so connected to the entire cause, every single aspect, every single individual piece moving on the board. He is responsible and maybe not fully responsible for, but he's a part of. He has an ear to it.
Yeah.
And I love that, like, throughout these episodes, you see he is literally losing his fucking mind trying to suppress his rage
Mm-hmm.
and trying to keep himself contained. Like, he's losing it. We can't
And
hide
dude,
forever. Like, it's almost like a threat.
bro, Clea calls him out.
Clea's my goat, too.
Clea's,
Oh, my God.
she's cold out of nowhere.
She's so
That's in
good.
this episode where Bix is trying to communicate to them. And then Clea's like, we're getting some stuff from Ferrix. And he's like, well, maybe we should answer that. And she's like, what is he
You're
saying?
getting soft.
Like, maybe
You're
you're
getting
too...
soft.
She says, yeah. Like, maybe you're too skeptical. She's like, you're being too skeptical. He's like, you're being too soft. And he's like,
Something like
well,
that, yeah.
something like that. But back to Mon and Luthen. When Mon
Yeah.
says people will suffer, and Luthen just straight up goes, that's the plan. Golly, dude.
But it's also like
Yeah.
like
I mean,
people haven't already been suffering, though.
it's gonna happen
Think
one
about
way or
think about
another.
the people on Aldani. They've been suffering for a decade.
Yeah.
They've been kicked out of their homes. They're about to get their holy sacred land taken away from them.
Hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Let's get to the crux of this. Wicked cameo. Let's get to the
I love
crux
that
of
shit.
this episode. Like the scene of the episode.
What's the scene of the episode for you?
Cassian and Marva.
Oh, yes. Okay.
What did you think it was?
I don't know. I honestly, the argument could be made for the Lucian scene to be the scene of the episode for me.
Could
Like
be made for the show.
for Cyril's interview.
Searle's interview, right.
I have one of my notes is just
Yeah.
interview guy is kind of goated question mark where he just like I to quickly talk about Cyril because I feel like he's just a very minor part of some of these episodes. He's like I can respect the fact that he sticks to his guns whenever he talks about the Ferrix situation.
He's unwavering
No,
until
he's,
Dedra asks him details. He's like, what was he wearing? He's like, tall guy. Dark trench coat.
but boots. He was wearing boots.
Dark boots. She's like,
It's like,
okay, dude.
yeah, it's all right, motherfucker. Get away from me. Not you.
Okay. Well, they kind of interlock for me, actually, going back.
Okay.
The scene of the episode is Cassian and Marva, and then separately Mon and Tay. I want to talk about Cassian and Marva first.
Okay.
Do you have any quotes or what are your thoughts on the Cassian and Marva scene?
Let me see. I don't have any quotes
Okay.
from this, but I do think that the relationship that they have is so real.
Organic.
It's so organic. The way they argue, while you can still tell that they love each other and she cares for him, but she's sort of just resigned herself for
Yeah.
the situation she's in. Especially, I think it's the next day, like after they first meet up, where she's like, the rebellion. And he's like, oh, Jesus fucking Christ, dude, not this again.
Yeah. This is all she talks
But
about.
it's like she's found her calling so late in life, and he's actively trying to avoid it. But it's his own actions that has brought her to. Come on.
And then where he eventually goes, dude. What struck me is that when Cassian goes back, I just love B2, and he's like, Cassian, and he's so happy to see him. Or he's like, he's back.
I love the guy, dude. I love him so much.
Is that after the flashback?
No, flashback's a little bit later.
With
It is.
or is that in? No, I thought.
So no, so it's he goes to see her. I can tell the timeline a little bit by the way my notes are set
Dang,
up.
you wrote a lot.
I said Cassian coming home makes me cry. Him calling her ma with a teardrop, smiling teardrop emoji.
Yeah.
Because he calls her Marva, but
Ma.
So you could kind of see ma as a shorthand for Marva, but
It's
like
also
you can
ma.
He's
also
calling her ma, like mom.
Yeah.
And then we get the Mon scene at the party with Tay. I show you the stone in my hand, you missed the knife at your throat. Very excited to
What
talk
she
about
learned
that.
from Palpatine. Oh, I just need my table.
And then we get a little bit of Bix. And then we get the flashback to the Republic with the clones. And then her talking about Rick's Road, the square. And then we get that quick, brief flashback of Clem just fucking...
I thought wasn't there a flashback with Clem going out into
Yes.
with the
with
the
it was a
clones.
young Cassian.
Right.
Yeah, live action clones, dude. Live action fucking clones.
Phase 2 clones.
Phase 2 clones for and it. You know what they said? They said, "Long live the Republic."
Yeah, he tells me
Which
like
is
stay right here,
crazy.
and he's right in the middle, and he's trying to stop the dude.
He's trying to calm everything down.
He's trying to calm everything down, and then dude, he just looks over at Cassie, and you're like, oh my god. And then it's right,
so
and it's matched up with that scene where he's hiding, and the troopers just walk by. It's just
the way that they edit this show through audio is so fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
I
have a thing
to
about
skip
that
ahead
later.
briefly. In episode 9, the amount of times that they use screams or like an intense sound to like transition back to the prison and the machinery. Come on. Come on,
Yeah.
dude.
Okay. So I want to
Yeah.
get through this. The sheer hope and happiness on Cassian's face and in his eyes when he's telling Marva that they can leave, that he got lucky that they could go somewhere, it's so different from what we've seen from Cassian. It's so sad. And then we have I don't want to say a part of this, but their conversation ends with Cassian saying, "I'm coming back," and Marva saying, "Of course you are." That's Cassian's so emotional as a person. He always has to come back and he always has to come back and check on the people that he cares about. He cannot not do that. He can't do something and then just leave. He can never leave Ferrex behind. He can't just not think about it. He's gonna want to see Bix and Brasso and Marva, obviously. Like,
They do confirm Cassian and Bix had a relationship in episode 7.
they do. She's like,
Which I forgot that they confirmed that.
yeah, oh yeah, because she was like, Yeah, Tim thought we got back together or something. That loser.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, fuck Tim, bro.
dude, Tim sucks. But yeah, like that. What was it? Oh yeah, dude, and even that, the history of that, where Cassian just looks at, he's like, remember, like he gets to the door and she's like, "What do you want?" And he's like, "Remember when your dad caught me when I climbed over this wall?" And she's like, "What are you even doing here?" He's like, "That's like what he said." It's so
Yeah,
sweet, and it's just,
that's exactly what he said.
it's so. We're paraphrasing, of course, but
Yeah.
it's such small, quick little dialogue. It just makes these characters feel lived in and like they know each
Yeah.
other. And then what we see in I think the episode or next, when you see, I think it's the beginning of next episode when you see Bix and Brasso with Marva and taking care of her and
Yeah,
helping her and watching
because
over
Marva's
her.
getting sick.
Yeah, and then Brasso's like, "Oh no," because Bix is like, "She's not your mom." He's like, "She's not yours either." But they
Yeah.
know that, but they can't. That she's everybody's mom.
Yeah.
You know, like she's such.
Hey, she's everybody's mom, and she's a daughter of Ferrex.
Yeah. Oof. Okay, really quick. Bars. Really quick.
Sorry.
Mon and Tay, love it. They're talking. They're reminiscing about childhood memories, and she brings up these charitable donations from Chandrilla and the things going on there. Maybe they could help him out. And she starts talking seriously about him. And then she says, and then Tay, she starts getting emotional. And Tay says, "Oh, it made you angry." She's like, "No, you've set me free." And she just is legit telling him everything. And
But she's
oh yeah, she's saying
she's telling him everything without telling
yeah,
him.
she's like,
you know what
she's
I
saying
mean?
she's she's the front, the Mon that everybody knows about is alive, but the Mon that everybody sees in the Senate is not me. And then after everything, they're sitting down, it's all serious, and then she goes, "Smile," and she tells him to smile like 2 or 3 times, and it's just such like
Yes. It like the way that she has
it's so
control over
sneaky.
her literally her shell, the way she has control over that and
Mhm.
is bringing him into it and is like, you need to learn how to do what I'm doing if this is gonna happen.
It's
Some of the notes I've got for this scene is Tay's quote. I have all caps. Tay is my goat. His quote: "I've grown more than weary of the Empire," because he thinks that she's part of it, like she's part of the system.
yeah,
So he's like, I can't, like, I don't want to get into politics with you. You're part of the Empire. You're a senator for the Empire. Like, I just don't love it. You know, I'm not an Empire guy. And when he says, my politics are a bit strong for your taste, and her just being like, really? You think so? But
and then she lays it
okay,
out, and
for
he's
sure.
like, "Oh shit,
Yeah, the
we're on the same."
we're doing good, but I feel like we're kind of skipping around in the scenes, so I'm gonna skip around a little bit. But
Yeah.
the very end of that conversation where Perrin walks over, and she goes, "You can't tell Perrin. He doesn't know any of this. He's a risk, or something
Wow.
like that." And his face just like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Your husband's not a part of this?
And then he smiles.
Yeah, and he's like, "Oh, are we that obvious talking about childhood memories?"
He's like, "Oh, well,
Yeah,
dude,
I love how quickly he's able
they're
to
so
lock into it though.
good, dude.
Her scenes, I think,
Dude, that's why she's my
a
favorite
s-
politician in Star Wars. I think it's
she might
these
be,
scenes
like,
that just like solidify it for like. Don't get me wrong.
season 2 will probably solidify for me.
I love Padme, obviously.
She's so much more than a politician, though.
Yeah, she does a lot
know what I
more.
mean?
But like with
her
Mon, she was
characters,
inherently a politician. She was a
Political.
senator at 15,
Yeah.
right? I think we know. Like she became a senator. You become a senator.
No, senator at 16, married at 15.
Insane. But it's just crazy. And yeah, like they're different types of characters, but Mon is just so self-aware and sure and practiced, I guess you could say.
Well, she's had 2
Yeah,
decades.
dude. And dude, Genevieve O'Reilly is her face acting sometimes. It's those small little hints where you could see it. Something like not something making her like uncomfortable, or is it her like figuring out something, or like whatever it is, she is just so well constructed as a character.
Yeah.
It's what she does for this character is so good. And dude, I cannot wait to read the Reign of the Empire book.
If that book has even a fraction of
Any of this,
the dialogue,
if Tay's in that fucking book,
I don't think he will. I'm realizing how much I pick up this cat now that I'm seeing her on camera, and it's because she wants to be picked up so she can
yeah, to climb.
claw into me and run away.
You don't think Tay will make a
In the
cameo in
face.
that book?
I don't think so because
Possible.
it's been a while since they've seen each other in the beginning of Andor.
Oh, true.
Or in Andor. I know it's
Yeah.
been a bit since they've seen each other, but
Yeah.
I don't know. We could get flashbacks to her childhood, maybe.
Maybe. Bail too. We love Bail Organa here.
So I wish he
Galaxy
was
Dad.
in this show because he's such a good
He's
character.
so interesting. Even dude, if
Mon's scenes.
sorry, you go.
No, sorry. I'm sorry. It's just gonna like her scenes. I think, like aside from Cassian's end of episode 7 scene, where it's just like it's a hot ball of anxiety in my chest when I watch that scene because it's something like so real. Like you're just going about your day, just like looking around, like what the fuck is going. I'm not a part of this. You can't. How can you get out of
We didn't
that?
even
Like
talk about that.
we'll get there, dude. Trust. But
That?
her scenes stress me out so because she lives in enemy territory. Like she exists
Surrounded by it.
100%. If she's
Married to
not,
one.
if she's not in the Senate, surrounded by enemies, she's in the car with an enemy driver, or she's at home with a risk of with the risk of a husband and her daughter Lita. I gave her the benefit of the doubt. Excuse me. I gave her the benefit of the doubt last time.
No.
Fucking, I feel bad. Again, the actress does a really good job. Again, the actress does a really good job. Nothing against this is about the
Yeah.
actors. Lita is such a little shit that I cannot fucking stand. Especially like in the later like the more we see her, the more I'm just like, oh my god, you do not understand what your mother has to go through, and you are such an annoying little shit. Like you're at this party. And it's like you walk up while your mom's mid conversation. It's just like, Father said I had to ask you if I could be excused. And she's just like, you can tell Mon's just like so
Sure. Yeah.
over it. She's
Whatever.
like, sure. Yeah, all right.
And she just goes up to her room. She's like,
Yeah.
Oh
man. Dude, we
I
are
think didn't even.
like an hour in and we're still on episode 7.
Ooh.
We might have to speed run the next couple episodes, bro. This is
Wait, this is an hour
is
after
great.
we started it up again?
Well, so this is 40 something minutes
Okay.
after we had roughly 20 minutes.
All right, literally last thing.
Okay.
When going back way to the beginning, Mon tells Luthen, "Oh yeah, there's like this person that is driving my taxi is a plant. I like it because they're listening to me because they're scared of me, which is cool." And the end when Cassian gets arrested is the most gaslighting, insane way to arrest somebody off literally nothing. It is infuriating to watch. And then just
It genuinely makes me nauseous.
seeing him get sentenced and seeing some things that are happening in real life eerily similar
Yeah.
to where people are doing nothing wrong. It's just gross, and it feels constrictive, and it's just not. It's just.
Yeah.
And the
No, it's
K2 fake out.
I know. I'm really excited to see how Cassian will react to meeting Kay
When he got almost
after
choked out to death.
Yeah. Okay. Some last minute things for episode 7 then.
Okay.
A quick quote that I forgot because I didn't write it in quotations. Luthen says this to Mon. Has anyone ever made a weapon that wasn't used? Like,
So good.
brother, come on. I never noticed in the back near Luthen's like radio thing, there are blasters in the back of his shop. So I love that it's like a wall between his real self and his fake self.
Yeah, yeah.
I I was in bed watching this episode, so I just have pretzels are so good. I was eating pretzels when I wasn't in bed. I was at the fucking car dealership eating mini pretzels.
What
Um,
brand?
the things I would do for like a Cyberpunk 2077 game set in Coruscant
Jesus.
would change my life.
What brand of pretzels were you
Um,
eating?
I can't remember the name, but it's like the beige colored bag.
Roll Gold or Snyder's? I'm very passionate about pretzels.
I believe they were Snyder's.
Yeah, like tan and brown bag. Because Roll Gold has like the yellow and the blue on it. This is
Yeah,
so
it
not
was it
important.
was it was
The Snyder's okay.
it wasn't this bag,
Yeah.
but it was yeah. It was this exact bag actually.
Okay.
Snyder gas. Hang on, fuck.
Sorry to derail.
No, you're fine. Oh, we see Vel like dressed up, kind of like different on Coruscant.
Do we see that yet? In
Or
7, I think we just see her talk to Cinta.
yeah, but she's not
It's
as
a
dirty,
little, yeah, she's just a little nicer.
you know.
We don't see. Yeah,
Um,
episode 9 is when she's like, she looks like a Mothma, or
Yeah.
relative of.
We need to do a second Galaxy Getaway because Neomos is getting added to that immediately. Like it's
Yeah.
just kind of like Florida, California. There's literal palm trees there, like
Yeah,
gas.
and they have a good club
Um,
remix of the song.
Yes, dude. My last note that I wrote for episode 7 is just take it up with the Emperor. I'm sick.
It is really sickening.
Like it's so
When
bad.
you hear her say
First-
6 years,
New
Uh,
legislation. Yeah, dude, it's gross. The first note I have for episode 8, by the way, is Shore Trooper best design. It's my favorite Imperial Trooper design.
oh, such a good.
Same with the Patrol Trooper from Solo is really good as well.
Both good design. The Death Trooper.
Yeah. Death Trooper's up there. Death Trooper
Our
is
Trooper's
up
so
there.
cool. I love the Death Trooper though. My
Yeah.
first. My first note for episode 8. We're on to Narkina 5 now.
Yes.
Unruly prison sentence for doing literally nothing is insane.
Yeah. I really love how they portray Cassian like getting shipped off to Narkina 5. Just like the confusion and the fear in that
Yeah,
moment.
what's
and then when
that?
he's
Go.
on the ship.
I'm a
Yeah,
tourist.
dude. And it went dude, because he literally the one time.
Tourist.
Yeah. Like the way that they use audio to overwhelm Cassian and then also like cut to Cyril being overwhelmed in a totally different way
Mm-hmm.
by the audio all around him with like the
Yeah.
clickety clackety stuff. I thought that was
When he
great.
gets his new job.
Yeah, I thought that was really, really good. Quick note,
Yeah.
do socks not exist in Star Wars? Because everybody takes their shoes off when they get onto the transport. Everybody's barefoot immediately.
I think if they're already detained, you know.
You think they're saying take your well, because they went from I mean, I guess they were in handcuffs, but like I feel like it's, I don't know, man. Would they really be like, hey, you can keep your clothes, your shoes, but take your socks off? They don't know where they're going. You know, it wasn't until that they were sentenced
But
and
like,
deemed physically able or whatever,
you can
right?
hide something in a sock. You know, you could hide a
guess.
vial of something.
I don't know,
You think-
mate, but like you
You
could
think
hide
the
something in a
dude that
shoe.
arrested him for absolutely nothing is gonna make sense of him wearing socks?
I don't know. I'm just saying we haven't seen
Haven't seen socks?
existence of socks in Star Wars. I was gonna say we haven't seen existence of underwear, but we actually do in in one of the High Republic comics. Buckets of Blood, dude. We see him in his
Yeah, buckets of blood. Yeah, he's wearing his.
yeah. If you not know, guys, now I can look at you. Go read the High Republic.
Please.
Gas. You don't even know who Buckets of Blood is? Get out of here.
It's not. The name does not mean what you think it means.
Yeah.
Oh,
What were you gonna say?
I think we just gotta talk about the prison.
Oh, I was actually gonna say we should get like
Ooh,
everything else
everything else
out of the
before that?
way,
Okay, okay.
just like real
Yeah,
quick,
yeah.
because I want to say like Dedra and Partagaz have such an interesting dynamic. This is the episode with like Blevin and stuff, and or actually no, that was last episode, but
Yeah.
like yeah, the relationship between Dedra and Partagaz is so interesting because he very obviously is, I think, at the very least, incredibly intrigued by her passion and commitment to this role.
Yeah.
I yawned earlier. We usually record these at 11 a.m. It is now 11 p.m. almost. So,
I yawned like 3 times already.
yeah. Um, and that's just like, it's so interesting. And the way that she's like, we need to find Cassian Andor. He's already in prison.
She's going to
Like,
drill down on Cassian. Interesting verbiage. They have Cassian, but they're so that's they get him. They arrest him, they have him. The one time he's not doing anything rebel related is when he gets caught. Goes under a fake name. They're so they're so prideful that they don't even think that like maybe
it
he
goes
could be
back
going on.
to episode
It
3
does.
when Cassian was talking. They're so full of themselves.
They're so fat and
They're so
satisfied.
fat and satisfied.
He tells
If I didn't have my headphones on, I'd run. Oh my god, dude.
sprint down the street.
Come on. Like, they're so like, this mastermind has evaded us. He's using a different fucking name. He's in jail, guys. Come on.
Your jail.
Like literally. Oh my god.
You're like, we're gonna
okay.
get him.
Other quick things, because this is the episode I have the least amount of notes for.
Okay.
First of all, I don't know if I mentioned this in previous episodes, but we see Starkiller's armor in Luthen's shop in one of the previous episodes. In episode 8, we see a Jedi Temple Guard mask. Beautiful. In live action, it's fucking exquisite, like the detail on it.
Our killer's armor is a crazy pull.
No, right? Like,
That's nuts.
and I found out Tony Gilroy like literally had no idea. He just like let the prop guys do whatever they wanted to just like fill it up with things, and so they were like, okay, like
Force unleashed.
throw this in there, dude. Throw this in there. We see more of Mon and Tay, and their growing, not relationship, but like relationship.
They've already had a
kind of-
relationship, yeah, but they're kind of like
yeah,
the new
this
form
new
of it.
Lita is like so suspicious of them because she went from just meeting this guy to now seeing him like twice in like a couple days. It's like, all right, mom, what are you doing? And she's also, her mom's never home. Her mom's always doing stuff, so it's like,
Yeah.
um,
Also, like,
that's crazy. Oh, the party too. The different like the senator's party that wasn't at her house. When Mon like walks away and her smile just like fucking drops. You're right, man. Genevieve O'Reilly's face card. That's a term I'm not too familiar with. I've heard it though.
dude,
Have you heard that?
I don't
term?
think so.
Okay. It's like a face. It's like when you've got a like a. I really don't know now that I'm trying to explain it. It's like I think you've got like a striking face. Your face is serving, I believe. I feel old now trying to explain this because I don't really understand it.
It's like
And I think my voice is cracking or something.
it's it's like an RBF, but it's minus the B. It's just it's this face that you wear
Yeah.
that is just it is portraying a feeling that you want people to know, to acknowledge that you feel that way when you really don't.
Is this for the face card?
Yes.
Is that what you're guessing?
That's what I'm
I saw it on a TikTok comment about the guy playing Thranduil. Thranduil? Is that his name? From The Hobbit.
Yeah.
Legolas's father. And somebody said face card serving or something like that. And I'm like, what the fuck
really
does that mean? Because
interesting.
it was literally him just like sitting there like, I'm like, what? What is... I don't understand.
Like it's just you
Anyways.
don't, are not expressing, or like your face is still but your eyes are shifting or whatever.
I literally I don't
What
get
I
it.
don't. Let's move on.
Yeah. Oh, we see quick. We're on Ferrix. We see Vel and Cinta, and
This is them
I
talking
love, I love Cinta. I did not love Cinta nearly as much as I do,
now.
like when I first watched it compared to now. I fucking love her because of she's the out of everyone, she's the most committed to the cause. In like
She's real.
bar Luthen,
She's a real one.
like I forget what she says exactly to Vel, but she's like, the rebellion comes first. We just get the scraps,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and then
Dude, they have
next
that.
episode Vel spitting that back
They
out.
have that whole exchange of like, well, you could just be like running away to be like whoever like you want to be. She's like, yeah, like I'm a rich girl running away from her family. She's like,
That's
cold.
cold.
But then,
Yeah.
dude, this really sweet, subtle moment of where Vel's just looking out at uh, Marva's house to see if Brasso
Mm,
or Bix is there,
yeah.
and Santa just holds her hand, and they look at each other. I think they might say something, but it's like you do feel that there are feelings there, that they do care about each
Yeah,
other.
she definitely cares for her,
Yeah,
but she's just so,
she's locked.
you know,
Yeah,
she's locked and loaded.
yeah.
Saw Gerrera, dude. We see
Dude
Saw.
talks with Saw.
You know, that's
Forrest,
something.
bro. Forrest is there.
Yeah, he's so good.
And it's
He
when he still could like
absolutely.
talk. He doesn't need the breathing mechanism thing. Like he's still kind of
The thing about Saw Gerrera
so,
is that he is such a compelling character, especially knowing him from the Clone
so
Wars
messed up.
and seeing the evolution of his character. He's so compelling to me, knowing the Clone Wars, but also knowing how his character ends up,
Hmm.
the reputation that he has later on. Seeing him at sort of this in between point, much closer to one end of the spectrum, but still,
Yeah,
Forrest Whitaker does such a good job that in a scene with Stellan Skarsgård's Luthen, I feel as though Forrest Whitaker manages to steal the scene. The very end of that conversation, where Luthen is really trying to reel him in, and he gets like mad for a second, and you see he like his nostrils flares, he clenches his jaw, and then he just starts laughing. He's like, "No sale today, Luthen.
yeah,
No sale."
dude.
Oh my
I think
god,
okay.
it's
This is
so fucking
the
good.
face acting on everybody because the show does so much without dialogue. It's just
A
wordless
lot,
storytelling, and it's
yeah.
the best. It's so good. And yeah, Forrest Whitaker is just great. Like when he was first cast in Rogue One, like that was his first time being
Yes,
Saw, right? Dude,
yeah.
casting agent, casting director for Rogue One, props. First off, just on the entire cast, because that's when we got Cassian first. We got
Donnie Yen,
Donnie
dude.
Yen, Chirrut Imwe. We got everybody,
Yeah.
dude. We got Mads Mikkelsen, bro. But yeah,
You know,
Ben
dude, he's gonna
Mendelsohn,
be at Star Wars Celebration.
dude. Yeah,
Yo, we have like just over a week until Star Wars Celebration starts. We're gonna have to have another like bonus second episode to talk about
supposed
what is
announcements
happening.
that are gonna come out from this thing of like new shows or something. It's gonna be crazy.
Oh, okay. What are the odds of Mando trailer
I hope
or
high.
teaser?
Isn't it?
Even a
Isn't
teaser?
it next year?
Yeah,
But dude, it's been like done shooting. Like they're like in post.
yeah.
We need a trailer, dude.
Hopefully, I'll
Please.
take a teaser. I'll take a 15-second teaser. Yeah.
Yeah, 30. I want 30.
I'll accept that. I'll accept 30.
All right.
Okay. I'm trying to think.
Is there anything?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, last quote before prison.
Yes.
Oppression breeds rebellion.
Oof. End of the episode. Well, like kind of towards the middle end of the episode. The Empire is kind of like, oh wait, no. Well, no, actually, yeah, I'll say it. During the prison, which we're going to talk about, there's a time jump. When we go back to Ferrix,
A month.
a month after that time jump, Bix gets captured, which sucks. You don't even see it
She
happen.
just has such a
You see her
such a
sprinting.
shitty time.
You see her sprinting, and the next time you see her, she's caught. It's like,
Yeah.
oh my god. But now,
Yeah.
let's talk about a certain.
Kino Loy. I'm gonna have to adjust the audio on that. I don't want that to be too
It
overwhelming for
wasn't
the
too
people.
overwhelming. You just went like so silent before that.
I was gonna scream it, but it's 11. My family is asleep. Oh my
Okay.
god, dude. Andy Serkis, bro.
We're on the prison. We're in Narkina 5. A prison
Yeah.
where all the inmates are barefoot. Why, you ask? As Ted was saying that there are not even socks. Is because the floor
We can't.
is the grippers are out. But unfortunately, they're out on panels that have electrical currents that could flow through them and essentially shock your entire body and like tase you. So all the guards, wear like these big clunky boots, and they're like fine. But
Just like insulating boots.
insulating
right?
boots, yeah. When you see this first displayed, and of course it's from an Imperial officer that just wants to do it just to, he can't tell them, oh yeah, you'll get lucky. He's like, nope, this is what'll happen.
The fucking.
You
the
see,
look of pleasure.
it's disgusting. You see Cassian fall and bend in such an unnatural way. Like these people literally have no control over what's happening over their body right now. Then he looks out and he sees like where they are, kind of like a watery kind of like land far away. He's like, all right, like, you know. Then he goes in, gets taken to level 5-2D, level 5 room 2D for day shift. As Kino Loy would say, casted to perfection, played by Andy Serkis in his, I think, second Star Wars appearance, because he motion captured and voiced Snoke in the sequels.
Yes.
You literally have Kino fucking Loy intro. He's
I have
immediately
all caps Kino my goat.
Yeah. Immediately commanding, rough, like won't take any shit. He's better than Imperial officer because he's not one of them.
He's just so deep in.
He's
so in denial
we just
that
we gotta
things will
talk
work
about
out if he just.
that whole arc.
We might want to just get to like, because really the main things that happen in the prison in this episode is we get to the prison.
Yeah.
Cassian goes to his he goes to 5-2D,
5-2D,
right?
yeah.
5-2D. He meets Kino. He meets his group. We see the reality of the situation settle in with him.
Mm-hmm.
He gets shocked twice because they lose because they were down a man.
Yeah.
And like we see sort of just the introduction to the prison system as a whole with the on program and stuff.
Yeah, the on program, yeah.
But it's the next episode,
That's when everything goes down.
That's when everything goes down. If you have anything else to say about this episode, yeah.
I wrote down one dude and his group is just named Ham, which I think is hilarious, but so funny. And then you got
some of the
Jembach, Olaf, Melshi.
Melshi is the goat, actually.
And then
he's actually like
he's important. There's like one or two other
Yeah.
people that I'm not really remembering their names. But all right, let's just get into episode 9.
Yeah, you know what? Fuck it, you're right.
And nobody's listening, right? We also get like in the previous episode we get the intro of like, yeah.
Second favorite intro song. No drums. It's very digital.
Yeah.
Loved it. That's all.
He gets acclimated to all of his like his bunk essentially, and then it does this really clean time jump of just showing how many days Cassian has left before he gets out, and it just goes down to 30 days, and it's just where 30 days
30 shifts
30 shifts, which is days, right? And then everybody, like, from that point on, it's just like, yep, okay, I'm on this pass, and it does it so flawlessly. It's so good. And yeah, now we're on to episode 9. Nobody's listening. Ted, you want to kick it off?
First of all, this is, as far as I'm aware, the only time that an episode of Andor starts less than 10 seconds after the last episode ended. Maybe it happens in episode 2 to 3 or 3 to 4.
Yeah.
I believe. Maybe 3 or 4. 3 to 4. But it literally, episodes 8 ends with Bix being put in the chair, offered the chair, and it starts with her sitting in the chair. Crazy. Dedra is fucking a monster. She is the most maniacal, evil, sociopathic, crazy bitch in Star Wars canon.
Did you write
Um,
down? So I wrote down a little bit.
for that scene
Yeah.
with them. I honestly, a lot of the times on the really good scenes, I don't take notes because I get so caught up in it.
Yeah.
But it's the little facial twitch that she does
Right at the end.
of that conversation.
Right at the end.
Yeah,
Dude.
or the little
Yeah, she's
quiver
like-
in the lip.
She's so like disgusted. I wrote down Dedra's cold as fuck with Bix, telling her everything that happened with Pack. Pack
Yeah.
was the guy at he had the
shop.
shop that Bix used the
Yeah.
radio to communicate with Luthen and Coruscant. ISB found out about it.
Who do we think gave Pack the radio? Was it Clea? Was it Cinta?
Because she brings up
I feel like it was probably
Luthen
Clea.
after that. And she's like 6 face-to-face meetings.
Yeah.
I don't think Luthen would do that though. I think it might have been Clea if we're being real.
Well, because they say he met a woman at a separatist rally or whatever.
So yeah, it might have been Clea.
Sorry, I'm like falling out of the.
Dude.
Also, I've got like a glow,
Yeah, you have like a weird.
and I don't know what it is.
I don't know. It's not too bad.
I think I'm just glowing. I
think you
literally, I
are.
think I'm just, I'm
Yeah.
enlightening.
Yeah, in my eyes you are. So she talks about Luthen.
Yeah. Sorry.
She brings up Luthen, and she's like, "Yeah, we know who that dude is. We know who Andor is. We know that you two have like known each other."
Well, they don't know who Luthen is, but they know.
They call him-
Yeah, he exists. Axis.
Axis. They call him Axis.
Which perfect description of who he is for the rebellion.
Yeah, which is so sick. And then I put acting in the scene is so dope because Bix, Adria, just acts, with her face, barely talking. It's just this, and like this scene too is like, the show is so good at writing female characters, and I think both episodes are written by a man, right? Both written by the same dude that wrote 8 and 9.
Yeah, Bo Willimon. Yeah, he wrote. Yeah.
And it's like, oh my god, it's almost as like if you write them as characters being themselves and acting how they would be good and likable or hateable if you'd want them to be, and really well done. And that's what it is. And then we get this introduction to this doctor named Dr. Gorst.
He is.
He's a weirdo,
the
dude.
grossest.
He's a freak.
The grossest character ever.
He talks to Bix about this massacre that happened to this species called the Dizonites. And they make this sound when they die. And it's pretty much like audible torture. That when they're dying, they release this sound that is just, at least for humans or some humanoid species, it is just too much for them to handle. Specifically, the worst is the children dying.
He also says that they modify it. They're layering it and they're making it worse.
Yeah.
Like they're enhancing it. And because they say when they first did it, they found the engineers cuddled together like under the bridge.
Right, yeah.
Like, and then they just put the fucking VR headset,
Like
and it's just,
the headset from hell.
and she just screams, and then it transitions to the machinery.
I have that written down too. But you see, like, just like that build up, and her eyes starting to tear up, and then she just lets out this blood curdling scream, and then the door closes, You see a shot of an officer just walking by, and
Just
then
another day in the
the
office.
drill spinning.
Yeah. I have a
God
note about Cassian in that is that
damn.
it almost hurts to see how used to the system Cassian is. How he's you find out later in the episode he's not been as beat down as he seems. He's still plotting, he's still planning, he's still scheming. But at this point, like seeing it, you're like, damn, bro. Bro's just fucking working. That sucks. He's just in it.
He just because he knows
Yeah.
if he just knows that once you're there, you gotta just go with it. Because
Yeah. And we
if you don't, it's gonna make things worse. And but
it's gonna not only is gonna make things worse for you if you don't work, then it's gonna make things worse for maybe your group, maybe even the entire floor.
yeah, and
Um,
intercutting
yeah.
him developing a plan with Bix's torture, just tough to watch. And even Dedra calls Bix. He's like, what are we gonna do with her? Like, we have a hostage. She's like, she's a witness, not a hostage.
Yeah.
Ugh. Get out! I don't like. Get out of here.
If you're listening to this and not watching, Brad just
Yeah.
spit on Dedra, spit on the Empire. Let's say.
That's what she is doing the whole time.
No, yeah, it's yeah. Yeah. I
Ed, your thoughts? I feel like I'm talking too much.
no, no. I was definitely talking a lot for the earlier in this. I just think I've been saying it. I feel like for a bit for the past few episodes, but Bix just has such a shitty lot in life for this period of time that she's in right now, and I'm really, I am really excited for season 2 to see how she gets her revenge on what was done to her.
Yeah.
I think that is honestly one of the things I'm most excited for because yes, Cassian's in prison and yes, like getting shocked because I can imagine over the past month there's probably been days where he fell last place and he probably had to get shocked again.
Mm-hmm.
But to be stuck being in your hometown that you've lived in your whole life and to see it turned upside down and to be tortured for hours on end in a hotel that you presumably spent countless hours in throughout your life. To there's a very real possibility Bix has been in that exact hotel room, you know. So to imagine a like safe space is now the room of you being to like, nah, dude,
Across the
I
street
feel
from
so bad
Marvin's
for her.
place.
Yeah, like she's right there, and no, like, and it's a hotel, dude. It's built to like nobody can hear her.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's
Dude, even oh god, dude, it just hurts. But back to what you were saying about Cassian just kind of going into the flow of things, right? And this is 30 days, 30 shifts later, and even when he recommends to do something, and he swaps places with Jembach, I think, or someone, and he switches places,
no, it was
or was it? Oh, dude, what's his name?
Guh something.
Yeah, I don't want to miscredit the character.
Nah, I don't know how I'm gonna.
Yeah, we're gonna find it.
Yeah.
Maybe if you go on IMDb and you look up. I don't know if there's episode specific castings. But either way, he switches places with this guy, and then Kino comes over. He's like, "What are you guys doing? Like, you're just kind of taking a break?" And then or then he looks at like the report and he sees that something like changed. He's like, "Nice job, like who did it?" And then Cassian's like, "Oh, it was him." And he doesn't want to put that attention on himself, right? Like he actively like will do something and then divert it to somebody else.
Yeah.
But then he asks Kino a question, just to pry, just a little bit more. And Kino's like, he's like, "Stop! You know what you're doing." And he just walks away. And Cassian's so good at
Kino's
just
ability to
chipping.
read.
He's just so good at chipping away at those little things, and just playing around that, which is really cool. Did you find him?
Taga.
Haga?
Taga
Taga.
is who he gave credit to.
Taga. Okay. Yeah, so I was plays with Taga, and then
Played by Tom Reed.
cool.
Yeah,
He's just slick. He knows how to operate in this thing.
yeah. All right, we are now recording. This second recording is an hour 15, so we're over an hour 30. I'm gonna cut to the chase, man.
Do it.
Olaf,
Olaf.
however you want to say
So I
it,
think it's
Olaf.
Ah,
You know, to see an elderly person being mistreated already hurts, because it's like, come on, bro, they're old, they've lived a whole life, like, just let them be.
yeah.
To find out that while being forced to do 12 hours straight of, building
Labor.
heavy machinery and parts, he had they say a massive stroke. And then, like, because you could see the mental decay happening, like, as soon as the episode started, they had it going.
Even further, I'll say, when you see Cassian go to that group and you see Olaf, it's just even sad thing because you're like, something's probably going to happen with him.
Yeah.
But it's the way that stroke, his eventual death, is used for a different character.
Yeah.
Go, Ted.
Real quick, so off topic, but what you mentioned is how as soon as we meet him, I caught this and I lost my fucking shit when I caught this in the previous episode when he gets to Narkina 5.
Yeah.
When he is being processed to go to 5D2, 52D.
With all the guys in the hallway.
With all of the guards around him,
Mm-hmm.
and he has to stay on program. What happens? He gets held up. Why? Because they're short-staffed.
Yeah.
Because they
They're waiting
don't
for the other
have
guy.
enough guards in the fucking prison. They set it up within the first 5 fucking like real minutes. We're in the prison. They never more than 12.
Dude.
Never more than 12. 12 guards for 50 fucking prisoners on a floor. Not even, think about it. We don't even know how many rooms are on a floor.
Yeah.
They're on 5-2D. They are on the 5th room.
Even-
or the 5th floor of the 2nd room or whatever.
And they're saying, like, even when Taka's communicating with people from the other hallways, even Kino was like, there's, like, if they say shit from level 2, that takes days to get one word down to here.
Yeah. So 4,802 prisoners is how many prisoners are in Narkina 5.
In
I got
on the planet or in that specific
in just that specific
In that
prison
well.
system. Yeah.
4,000?
It's crazy.
My
So,
God.
yeah, to see Olaf decline like that
It's
is so fucking disgusting. And when the focus isn't on that and the focus is on Kino and the focus is on Cassian, again, it's you see Cassian pressing, and again we get the episode title when they're in their cells and he's how many guards are on each level, and he's like, stop, like, seriously, you don't know what, like, you're gonna get in fucking trouble. And he's like, nobody cares. They do not care about us. We don't exist to them. It's like what, and I think he says, it's like what Melshi says. We're cheaper than droids and easier to replace. And then the lights go out, and it echoes. Nobody's listening.
he's yelling.
And he yells it, and it echoes, and like,
And then-
it's true. Nobody gives a shit.
Doesn't it cut? Then it cuts to Coruscant, and Cyril's being a little weirdo, stalking Dedra on her way into the building.
Dedra is crazy. I literally wrote,
Yeah.
Cyril is so weird. Like, what the fuck? Ha 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 ha, ha.
I said.
And then I have. What's
I
that?
said Cyril is a creeper. Dedra gets shit
I have-
done.
he's a simp question mark for empirical justice question mark, but I have justice in quotation marks.
Um,
Like, yeah,
dude, we
dude.
even get that dark moment where the lights are off and you see one of the prisoners standing at the end of his bunk, and then you hear the
Yeah.
and then he's just dead.
Is that this episode or is that last episode?
It's one of them. I'm not sure, but you just see this dude just, and like the thing with Kino, right, is that like why he's such an interesting character. He's he's part of the system now, right? And he
Yeah.
knows how
He's
messed
in
up it
denial
is.
about his reality.
He has such a belief that he's really gonna get out. And he's just like, as long as I get to that day, as long as I can leave, as long as you guys just listen to what I say, I'm gonna get out of here. And
Cause he does not want to ruffle
and
feathers.
Olaf's death to project him into that way of being like, what do you mean keep my men in line? And he's like a dude from level whatever transferred to
I
level
think it was literally a
2.
guy from level 5 or something.
Something transferred to level
Got
2
transferred to level 2.
when his sentence was up.
Word got out.
Killed the whole floor.
Fried him.
Dude, and you see that in Lino's face.
Lena Soul?
Lina
Lena Soul?
Lina Soul. Sorry, you want to say something? Go.
No, it's when that doctor is saying, you know, he's not gonna feel any pain. At least he's free. And what does fucking Melshi say? Before we even know anything about the floor, he says they're free. I have it in my notes. Melshi would have made an amazing rebel. Like, he would have been so committed to the cause.
Oh yeah,
It would have been fucking spectacular.
Hang on.
Also, just offhandedly, we do have the Empire in this episode finds out about Krieger's group, and they're gonna raid Spellhouse.
Dude, Ted.
Yeah.
Sorry, continue what you're saying.
Well, it's just I just want to get it out of the way. It's like impressive. I say you can't help but be impressed with these Empire bitches. Fuck the Empire, man. They are too smart with too many resources. It's so frustrating to see them succeed.
Mm-hmm.
But like, you have to be impressed with the way that they're able to come up with these tactics immediately. Back to the prison.
You say also his full name's Rue Scott Melshi. Sick. You say he would have been a good rebel.
Yeah.
He is. Melshi reports to Cassian Andor during the fighting on Scarif. As instructed by Andor, Melshi led his troopers into Scarif's jungles, eastward from the shuttle until they reached a small hillock near some Imperial barracks. Melshi's on Scarif.
I don't want to. I'm gonna start using my phone more to Google things because I hate having to deal with the clicks of my computer. That's
Dude, he dies on
crazy.
Scarif. So he became a rebel. I think he's in some shots in the movie. Oh gosh.
I feel like I should be talking because I don't want to just be silent. Oh my god, I forget, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what is this?
But yeah, so I wrote with this end scene that we're talking about for the last like 5 minutes. Nino's faith breaks, right? You see it in his face. You see this anger birth, right? And you said that like there's no help, and the doctor pretty much saying like, oh, he's not gonna feel anything, right? Like he's gonna feel like go, and it seems like it's like the fact that like he's mercy killing him seems to kind of justify.
Melshi is the one who rescues Jin on Wobani in Rogue One.
In the part in the beginning, that dude's
he's the
just
one
in that movie, bro.
who breaks her out.
She's the one that she punches him.
He's the. There's no way they got him back for this, bro. There's no way they got him back for this.
We probably should have known this, but dude, that is so sick.
I don't care.
Yeah, no, I'm so happy I know that now.
Care. That's so fire, bro. That's so
Yeah,
fire.
this is when Kino starts to push back, and he finds out that like all this that I've been working towards, like my shifts counting down, nothing's gonna change.
Nothing.
And then yeah,
Nothing's
just
gonna change. You
never.
gotta think they probably pluck him from, because Narkina 5. I imagine maybe the planet's Narkina 5 is like the prison base. They probably pluck him from Narkina 5, Narkina 3, Narkina 3, Narkina 4, Narkina 4, Narkina, and then just to a different planet or whatever.
Maybe. Or Narkina 5 might just be the planet.
I don't know. I just
I
know
don't
that
know.
there's a bunch of those prisons like all next to each other.
Yeah.
So who knows?
If we just look up
Uh,
Narkina.
I think I
Yeah, no,
have that.
Narkina 5 is a small moon, so it's the planet.
Yeah. Okay.
Interesting.
Interesting name.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Just the reality of the situation settling with him, and
Ridiculous.
the immediate acceptance of this reality, the fact that he refused to answer it, and without missing a beat, how many guys are on each level? Never more than 12.
And it cuts. Dude, I was
And it
watching it.
just
I was
ends.
like, oh.
Dude.
And it's like
Andy Serkis.
he's a beast. But as when Cassian asks that last time, he knows
He knows.
he's right. He's been right this entire time.
Yeah.
And even
Dude, it's so fucking good.
I love that little part in I don't know if it's this episode or last where he pops open that wall panel and starts chiseling away at the pipe.
Yes.
And then they get
yes.
a new guy on the
It's,
floor, and he's talking to the other dude
yeah.
during program, and he's like,
And he gets shocked while he's holding onto the railing.
"Yeah, but he's like,
Anything that moves isn't connected.
they could hold onto the railing, like they don't need to wear the boots, like that's not electrocuted." He's like, "What do we do?" He's like, "We'll get onto it now." He's like, "When they're descending," he's like, "Yeah." So then they'll have to go back up.
It's crazy. You can, and like I love that because it's like no, he's fucking antsy, dude. He's ready to get out.
Yeah.
He's been ready to get out.
It's so
Yeah,
good.
man.
It's so good.
It's insane.
I feel like we were much more streamlined this time.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Both of us having notes helped for
For
sure.
sure.
Um
Mon, quick little
that's exact
quick
Dude.
little Senate hearing.
We're really fucking being able to see each other helps a lot.
It
This is
does.
crazy. Yeah, dude, I feel so bad for her.
Just
Like I really do just feel absolutely
falling on
awful
deaf
for her.
ears, bro. No one cares. No one wants to. People are just blind faith in the Emperor.
But here's the thing: at this point, knowing what she's talked to with Tay, I feel like she doesn't even like. Obviously, she wants to do good, but she's trying to be a nuisance. She's trying to aggravate people.
Yeah.
You know.
She's trying to be like that
But it
annoying little
sucks.
sister in the Senate and just be like,
But it still sucks to like go from that to it cuts to her in the car and she's ready. Here's if you're watching, you're about to be. This is my acting impression of Mon Mothma in the car. Thank you. She just looks so sad in the like sitting there in the
she looks so
car.
defeated. Yeah.
She's just like, damn, bro, I'm fucking. I just
what
am
am I
not doing
doing?
what I want to be doing. Like this
Yeah.
sucks. Finding out that Vel is her cousin is such a crazy
Oh, we gotta talk about that.
revelation to have so late. And
Yeah.
Vel spitting the bar back out, dude. Like we
Mhm.
get the scraps, the cause comes first.
Doesn't she ask her about Aldani too? When her daughter goes to try on the dress that she gave her.
Yes. I
And
believe
she's like,
so.
"Well, you
I
said you
think
can't fucking-"
yeah, because like literally nobody knows who was there.
Which is so cool.
The Empire figuring out that Andor Cassian was part of Aldani, insane. Actual genuine insanity. Like I hate them so much, but it's like how the fuck are they this smart?
But what do they do with that information? Nothing, because he's already arrested, and they
Fuck
don't
all,
know.
dude. Like what are they gonna do with it? Yeah. Oh, we really gotta find this guy.
Where could he be?
be?
Why is he hiding so well? We haven't heard anything from him in a month. Might be like he's in one of our prisons.
I can only imagine how many prisons they have
Oh my god,
And
dude.
he's on his fourth name because you got to think about it, he started with Casa, then he became Cassian Andor,
Yeah,
and then he was Clem,
yeah.
and now he's
Aldani and
Keith
Keith
Gergo.
Gurgo before
Worst
Grief
name
Karga.
ever. Yeah, dude. Grief.
Dude, also too. Oh my god, this is from last arc. More Rogue One stuff. Did you listen to the Friends of the Force episode ranking all these Andor episodes?
Not yet. No, I'm waiting until
Dude,
I'm done watching.
Brad brings up
I don't know what I'm
a
doing. I'm like ready to
detail
fight the camera. Yeah.
in. Do you want? Can I just tell you? Or no?
Sure.
No, you do not want me to.
No, sure. I can if I can just put the fucking crackle sound effect over this if I want to.
But you've already heard it.
Okay, then yeah. But for the people
Okay,
listening,
yeah. Um, in the eye, Nemec is Cassian's K2 at that point. As he's dying, he's telling him as he's steering the ship to climb.
I have to. I can't just leave the people
Dude,
in audio only in silent. Like, but
I heard that and I was like, holy shit. That is the full circle stuff with Rogue One. I don't even.
you could like.
Who even knows
Did
what
Tony Gilroy
I
create
don't
Tony Gilroy?
know.
Didn't he write Rogue One?
Did he? Dude, even. I don't even know what they're going to have in season 2, dude. It's going to be crazy. Isn't that devastating?
Okay, he co-wrote Rogue One. So
Oh, okay,
like,
so he had it. Yeah, yeah. Isn't that devastating?
yeah, it's
Dude,
yeah, man.
Mon Mothma, Luthen, Cassian, Eno, Vel, Saw, Hay, Kaga, Jembach, Ham, Olaf, R.I.P., Bix. I don't want to shout out any of the Empire, right?
Did you say Melshi?
Melshi, oh my god, Melshi.
God, dude, what a cast.
Yeah, Cinta.
2 for Cinta, bro. I love Cinta now. She's a goat.
This show. If we haven't convinced you guys to watch this yet,
Just like stop listening at this point. Like,
yeah, or it's just not for you, which is fine.
it's for
It's
everyone.
there's
Brad.
something for everybody in this. Yeah.
It's so good.
But yeah. I really don't ever usually rewatch TV, but for this, like, it's so rewarding.
Really?
Literally, do not like once I've seen a show once through, I have a pretty good memory of like what happens. Unless it's something like episodic,
Mhm.
like Brooklyn Nine-Nine, or like
That's a funny show.
I love that show. I love Andy Samberg. Or like Atlanta,
Yeah,
some
he's
of
funny.
Atlanta's episodes, like I'll rewatch again, or Game of Thrones, I'll watch specific episodes, but never like fully through again, like this, you know?
Mm. I rewatched Arcane season 1 a couple times. Definitely pick up more stuff when you rewatch it. Season 2, I didn't make it through on the rewatch. But it was still alright.
Yeah.
Season 2 is definitely a downgrade from season 1. I feel like story wise, like cohesion.
You think so?
Yeah.
Since the hype kind of settled down.
Yeah, apparently there was like a lot of cut content and a lot of rewrites, and they cut down the writing team by like more than half, which is crazy.
Mm.
Weird.
Still turned out that
Alright.
good though, which is
I know, right?
something to say.
All right, Brad. I think.
Yeah, what are we at?
I,
Are we hitting 2 hours on this thing?
yes, we're at an hour 34, almost 35 on the raw recording for the second, and we were at 18-ish minutes. Cut that down by like 2. We were at 16, so we're at an hour 50 something right now. This is our longest episode.
Wow. I'm not thinking Andor's episodes 7, 8, and 9 would beat the Skywalker saga, but here we are.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Next batch of
Yeah.
episodes is
Yeah, yeah,
oof.
it's gonna be rough.
Do
You have any?
you have anything else to say?
I mean, honestly, the only thing I can say is this show again is an absolute masterclass in script writing, in storytelling, in acting, in editing, in cinematography, in music. It is every single aspect. Let me rephrase. There's not a single aspect of the show that has been left in the dust. Everything is being handled as if it is the most important part of the show, and that the meticulous detail to respect every element of the show is so apparent, and just absolutely brings every episode, even episode 7, which is again like an in-between episode, is incredible.
So much
It
substance.
is absolutely fantastic. The acting's amazing. The dialogue is so brutal and unfair and real. It's Narkina 5 is the worst thing in the entire world. Yeah.
Yeah. Well said. And we're not even
Yeah.
done with Narkina 5 yet.
Oh, no, we
No,
are
we
not.
are not. That
I realize how many times I rub my hands together because I'll listen to it and it sounds see, you have the
Nothing,
Discord
right? Yeah,
noise
yeah,
suppression
that's right.
through my recording of you, so you can't hear it. But like when I'm like editing the podcast and I'm like, doing something else on my computer, and I just hear, I'm like, why do I keep doing that? But now hopefully with the video it's not as
I don't
bad.
think so.
All right. Anything left? Anything you want to add, or do you think my little mini ramble?
No, that was a brilliant way to close it out. I think we're probably just gonna say a variation of the same thing next time too.
Probably.
The show's so good it deserves that.
It does.
Outro time?
I think so. It's almost midnight.
Is it really?
We sat down a little bit after 9.
We had some setting up stuff to do.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
but still, dude, that's
Yeah.
bonkers.
Thank you guys, everybody, for listening. It has been a fun April so far.
This has been the highlight of my week
Yes,
every time.
pretty much.
Like it's so great.
It's so fun that we're doing this. It's really great to talk about such a masterpiece of a show. We hope you all are enjoying it. With that being said, thank you for listening to the Starlight broadcast, yet another Star Wars podcast. Have a great day in the galaxy. Enjoy the blue milk. We'll see you guys next time. Transmission out.